Hello, this is Dr. Stephen Smith with another instructional screencast from thedigitalclassroom.com. In today's screencast, we'll take a look at setting up a free blog at the website edublogs.org. When you arrive at the site, the first thing you'll want to do is to come over and click on Get Your Free Blog Now. You'll need to establish some basic credentials. A username is important, and an email. Now, it is optional for students, but as you are in higher education, it's a good idea to go ahead and put in your email that you'll be using to create your account. More than likely you'll use your university account, although you can use any email that you prefer. Set up a password that is secure, and make sure that you type it correctly 2 times. Then we'll come down to your blog. The blog domain, as you can see on the screen, is going to be your username.edublogs.org. Therefore, if you would like to make this a permanent blog that you will use someday in your teaching, I highly recommend that you change your blog name to reflect something that would be easy for your students or parents to find. Assuming that it's not already been taken, you can come up with just about any kind of blog domain name. In this situation, I put mrsmithsclass.edublogs.org. All right, and you can see as soon as I click off of that, that blog domain has already been assigned to somebody else. So all I need to do is to make some modification to it, and it's likely that I will find one that is not being used. So now we need a blog title. And again, your classroom title can be anything you want, and it can be changed at any time. The domain name, however, once it's been assigned and once you've accepted your terms for the account, cannot be changed unless you delete the account and create a new one. Let's go down now to blog type. What kind of a blog type are we doing? Well, I would like you all to set up teacher accounts. A teacher account means that you will be able to learn the tools that are available to the teacher so that you might someday be able to use this with your students if you prefer. Finally, we need to do the human verification, so we simply type in whatever words or letters we see in this box. You can click on this icon to hear them, and you can click on this icon to refresh and get a different set if it's difficult to read. Finally, we're going to want to click on and agree with the terms of service. I strongly urge you to go through and read the terms of service. In general, they outline what you can and what you cannot do on this free service. Most of the time, you will not experience a problem, especially in this course that you're taking with me. But at the same time, I believe that you need to know what types of limitations exist as to what kind of content and what kind of blogging you are permitted to do. So, just to review, we created a username, we assigned a password for our account, and we gave a valid email address. I retitled my blog to something very personal so that others can find it and I can give it out to people who I want to see my blog. I gave my blog a title. I'm choosing English as my primary language. I've selected teacher as a blog type, completed the rest of the information, and I'm ready now to click on Start Blogging. And here we are. This is Mr. Smith's Classroom blog. Notice that it has a subtitle, Just Another Edublogs.org site. You're going to change that eventually. This is a default skin or layout or template if you prefer. And automatically it puts an original post that's part of Edublogs in here. It's welcoming you to your blog. And all of these elements, the home, the sample page, recent posts, comments, archives, all of these elements we're going to learn how to adjust and modify to meet our needs. So now you've created your own blog. It's time to log in to the administrative side so that you can begin to work on the design and function of your blog. You'll notice up in the top there's a bar and it says Login. We're going to click on Login. This will bring up a dialog box for us to put in our login information. So remember now what your login username and your password were. This then is what your screen will look like. It's called your dashboard once you have successfully logged into your account. The dashboard will show you some basic information and some general information about your website or blog. Now, here are some of the things that you can go in and do to set up your blog. To begin, you can choose a theme. A theme will allow you to customize and personalize the way your blog looks. To do so, simply click on the blue button. Now, by default, this is the theme that was selected for you at the time you created your account. If you like this theme, you can then customize it. You can add functioning widgets, which are generally the items that are on the sidebars. You can add menus, additional pages, and so forth, including headers and a full-size background color or design if you like. Now, if you should choose a different template, you'll have all the same options. You simply have to choose the template first and make it active before you can address those options. So you'll notice that some of these say Pro only. It is not required that you upgrade to Pro. Simply look for those templates or skins that are not Pro and do not require an upgrade. So as we move on down, you can see there are just a few that are available to you that are not part of the Pro package. So simply scan through. If you see one that you like, for instance this one here, you can get a preview. A live preview will show you your content as it would appear if you were to choose that theme. Okay, so now I'm looking at my blog as it would appear if I have chosen this theme. If I like the layout, if I like where the columns are located, then this would be the theme I want. Then I simply have to activate it. I can do that by clicking this button at the top. Or I can cancel and choose another theme. Or I can make adjustments to it and see if I like the way the adjustments change the layout, and then choose Save and Activate. So I will choose Save and Activate, and now my blog will have this template. Here it is. My settings were saved, and I can visit my site by clicking this link. Then I can go in and further customize my site to make it look the way I want it to look. Once we've established the way our blog looks, the next step is to begin cleaning up the information that's provided in the blog when we sign up and replace it with information that we're going to put into our blog. So now I would like you to go over and click on Posts. You'll find this in the left-hand column. Once you click on Posts, you'll see a list of all of the posts that are in your blog. Now, you haven't created one, but there is one called Hello World. We're going to use it as a part of an example of how to create our own post. So what I'll do is I'll click on Edit this item. What I'm doing now is editing an existing blog entry. We call them posts. To begin with, I have Hello World as the title. I can change this to anything I want. So I'm going to change it to Greetings Students, and then I'm going to take out information in here that is not appropriate to what I'm about to say and add information that I do think is appropriate. So for instance, welcome to my classroom. Now I can put in to get started. Simply take your seat and open your books. Or I can say what I want to do with this blog. This blog will provide you with current information about our class. And I can go on and say anything I want. Here it says like more help. Okay, then I can come in here and say we can talk via email. Please use this email address. And then of course I can give them my email address, whatever one I have from the school. Okay, so we'll make up one. We'll say mrsmith@fayette.org. But if you have a school email address, you never want to use a personal email address because unfortunately that might compromise that address. So you want to use one that you can get rid of or archive if you need to. And then we'll leave the happy blogging down below. Now, this is just a brief example. I would expect that you would have much more to say, but I'm showing you how you can repurpose one of these existing posts and make it your own. We certainly don't want it to say welcome and talk to your audience as if it was talking to you. Now on the right hand side you can preview your changes. You can make something published or draft mode, which was not visible. You can have visibility settings to meet your needs, and of course you can have it published on a date and time. You can see today is August 12th at 2:12. So, or 4:12. I'm not sure what time zone that's in at the moment. But here we go. I can change the date if I want. And then over here we have categories. And the default category is uncategorized. So let's change that. We're going to make a category called My Posts. Now you can make as many categories as you want. You can have a math category, an English category, you can have personal notes category, you can have a PowerPoints category, almost anything you can think of. And once I do that, then I'm going to deselect uncategorized, and I'm going to remove it later, but I can't do that in this window. Next comes tags. You should have at least one word as a tag at the very minimum. You can have as many tags as you want. Tags are keywords that associate with your blog or with what you have entered in your post. Once you've selected keywords, you click Add and they appear below. Now if you wish to set a featured image, and I have done this on my blog with a avatar, you can set that by uploading the image into your account, and that will be featured next to your blog entry. And finally, what we want to do is either preview or update so that we can save everything that we have done so far. So I'll click Update. Now, what you see appear is a red box and a yellow box. The red box says, to enable the ability to embed HTML videos, widgets, and more, please upgrade to Pro. You do not need to do that, and I will explain this more once we are in our face-to-face class session. Next, Post Updated. And if you click here, you can view that post as it will appear to your audience. So I've clicked on that button, and here is my blog. And here is that welcome message that has been repurposed. Okay? And so forth. Now up in the menu bar, we'll see that we have Edit Post. We're going to return to editing. I wanted to point out that this button right here, when clicked, will provide you with additional row of editing tools. So it's probably a good idea to click that so that you can see what you're putting in or edit it. Paragraph gives you styles, underline, text colors, and so forth. Now that we have edited and posted our post, let's go up and click on All Posts so we can see a listing. And here we can see that we have just the one post currently. It indicates who the author was, what category it's in, and what tags. It also shows that it was posted 34 minutes ago. And if you roll over the link, it shows that you can do a full edit, quick edit, trash it or delete it, or view it. As you put in your weekly contributions, your list will continue to grow. You'll be able to edit and manage your posts from this location. The easiest way to create a new post, and there are 2 or 3 different ways, is to simply come over to your list of posts and click Add New. You also have Add New over here on the left, and up in the menu bar, if you see the plus sign, if you are logged in, you will see New and you can add Post. Any one of these will achieve the same thing. It will simply bring up the editor and allow you to add a title and content. Remember that you can save a draft, come back and finish it later, but if you don't choose Publish, then the item will not be available for myself or anyone else to see. Always select your category and add tags, at least one. Now that you've created a brand new blog and you have updated the Hello World post to be something more personal and appropriate, and you have learned how to do the editing of your post, let's do one more step in our instructional screencast that will link your blog with our class. So I'd like you to go up to the menu on the left hand side where it says My Class, and I'd like you to click on Join a Class. What we're going to do is you're going to join my class. So what you're going to type in is Dr. Stephen Smith, lowercase, as if it were one word. You then would click Search. The results that appear below indicate that there is a blog called Dr. Stephen Smith at edublogs.org and that you must send a request to join. All you need to do is click on that link to send a request. It will confirm it, and then I will go into my blog and accept your request, and you will be notified that your blog is now linked to my class, making it far more functional than we've had in the past. So we'll be looking forward to being able to share content and information back and forth. I will be able to see all student blogs and be able to go through and manage them and watch what you're read what you're writing, comment back to you, etc. So that pretty much covers everything you need to know to just get started with creating your blog. So the last thing we're going to do today is to log out. We'll go ahead and log out, and just as a reminder, remember, in any browser you can easily get to your blog by simply typing in your blog address and then choosing to log in if you wish to administer your blog. You can share your blog address with other class members, with friends and family, or should you decide to keep your blog and keep it active, and I strongly encourage that you do, you will be able to share it with your future students in your classroom. This has been another TDC Instructional Screencast. I'm Dr. Stephen Smith, and thank you.